This is Something Newsy, the Mesa Press's podcast from San Diego Mesa College. We're doing this episode completely remotely because we have a little thing going on called the coronavirus pandemic. I think this is the first time Something Newsy has done a remote episode. So we have a mostly new crew this semester. My name is Renee Schmiedeberg. I'm editor-in-chief.
I'm Reilly Buckenham. I'm feature editor.
I'm Jade Cole. I'm the photo editor.
And I'm Rosanne Bangalan, and I'm a staff writer.
All right, so we have some juicy topics today. Of course, we're going to be talking about the coronavirus. What else? So a few topics we're going to go through are home cooking during the quarantine, work, school, socializing, entertainment, and rage for the end. Okay, so let's go into the first topic. Home cooking, food. What have we been cooking up during this quarantine?
Ooh, I have been really wanting to make some good old cauliflower rice. I'm using this quarantine as an excuse to try and go vegan and be healthier because I don't want to gain a bunch of weight while I'm in quarantine. Because I feel like a lot of people on Twitter are like, oh yeah, I've been gaining weight over quarantine, and I'm just like, oh no.
It's happening.
It's happening to me. Quarantine 15, is that what you said, Reilly?
Bit of the freshman 15.
No, honestly, that's me. Every time I'm doing work, I'm every 5 minutes, I'm just okay, so what can I do? And I always end up just going to the pantry and just opening it up and grabbing a snack. I munch on it for 2 seconds, and I'm I want something else. It's been a lot of mindless eating on this end.
There's more time and more access to food because if I'm at work or school, I don't have food with me all the time. So I've noticed I've been snacking more.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it though.
Stop for everyone was doing their panic buying. And so if you weren't panic buying and you were okay, well, what's left? And a lot of it was snack food. So I have 6 boxes of Cheez-Its. Who needs 6?
Yeah, and everyone is panic buying, but not any there's still a ton of fresh fruit at the stores.
All the produce.
Mm-hmm.
It's all there.
So
which is cool.
Yeah, it's great.
And that can actually help you out with fighting against
Right.
Yeah, everyone's stocking up on junk food when they should be stocking up on healthy foods to make sure their immune system can fight the coronavirus.
I keep thinking about somebody oh, I want to buy this yellow bell pepper, but somebody might have touched it, and
that's true.
I've been getting that.
My produce and my fruit and all that more vigorously than I did. Obviously you wash your fruit, but I'm sitting over here. I have a new sponge that I got out of the package. I'm wiping my bell pepper with a sponge, just making sure that it's clean. But I think a lot of the reason too people were afraid to buy produce because it's good for you, but a lot of people aren't used to cooking at home. I know that is not someone that was used to cooking at home. My mom doesn't cook food. My dad cooks, but only when he's feeling like it. I didn't grow up in a household where we ate dinner together and that. So I didn't I didn't know how to cook. My roommate was the one that taught me how to cook. And so I've just recently over the last maybe 2 years started buying produce and learning how to cook things with it. So I think a lot of people too that wasn't something that they did all the time. It was okay, we'll go get takeout instead. I know that's how my family was. So I think that's part of the reason why people were buying frozen things and things that were just easily microwavable or pop it in the oven, not stuff you actually had to sit down and cook. Because I don't think, a lot of people actually
pockets.
that stuff. Or too, I think also people were afraid that, they weren't going to be able to leave their houses. And so if you buy a bunch of produce that you don't even really know how to use, or you don't really know what you're going to use it for, and it goes bad, then it was kind of a wasted purchase versus, the frozen pizza that you can leave in the freezer. And so while it's, maybe not as good for you, long-term, that's probably what people were thinking.
Yeah. I don't think people were thinking though. Honestly, when it comes to panic buying, I think it's more of a visceral response to everything that's going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how much is going to be thrown out just because of the panic buying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually heard that restaurants were taking advantage of this, and I heard some restaurants were able to give people their produce and things that were gonna go bad because obviously they couldn't be operating at whatever level they were before this whole lockdown. So like in order to waste food, they were like giving it out to, and I think that's a really cool thing that's like coming out of this, like is like community awareness and like just like I think a lot more people are like looking out for each other.
Do you know where that was happening?
Literally just like a few minutes not an ad, but Breakfast Republic, that local San Diego brunch place, they are offering prep meals for people. So like they're pricing it at $10 for anyone who's been laid off or like has experienced a significant loss in hours are able to come. If you can't like pay for it, then like it's totally okay. You can still pick it up.
Wow, that's amazing.
To offer like a pay it forward thing for customers. So like if like you're able to like give another $10, so like the next person like behind you who can't pay can like grab like a free meal. So that's really, really cool. I love like how small businesses really are like cool. Doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like as far as like cooking, I've been like a lot more interested in like pasta. Okay, wait, I'm so sorry. I thought we were still talking about cooking.
I was going to say that brings up a good point about like for future, like after this is done, because before this, like their produce, that things they can't use, like they're still throwing it away. But before this, like restaurants, any of their excess just get thrown out. Like if they couldn't use it, if it was going to expire, instead of giving it to people or instead of donating it, like it would just get thrown out. And that goes for a lot of like retail brands too, things that they can't sell, things that have been on the shelves for a while. That stuff gets thrown out instead of donated. And so like, I think this, like what's happening is bringing light to like, you can donate this food, you can donate these products, you can give them to people in need. You do not always need to be making a profit. You're not going to make a profit off of them anyway, because they're being thrown out. Why not donate them? Why not give them to people in need? Because even after this, there's still going to be people in need. There's still going to be people that need those products or would like to have them, for people deserve nice things too. And I think a lot of people forget that. They think that if you're low income, so I think the restaurant, giving people food and, making use of food that's going to go bad or the food that's going to go bad is like an interesting kind of like, how do we make that something that.
Oh God, the whole thing that you said about the whole like punishment on like being poor and like not having access, like I see that so much right now with like before they had signed the whole deal for like the stimulus package for us, like how people were like, if we strengthen how much more people can get from like unemployment, like that's just gonna incentivize people to like never go back to work. And it's like, what? Like, what do you like? Why wouldn't you want to like distribute the wealth, dude? It's not that hard. Like, if you want this economy to like survive, like you need to like let go of some wealth and like have it come to us too. Like, turns out we're like pretty essential in like making this shit like. I'm sorry, in making this like world go round, and like anyone who's been like making anyone feel bad for like being an hourly worker or like being at a minimum wage job, turns out we really need them, and like we truly make the world go round. Shout out to my servers and to like all the healthcare professionals, or not even them. I mean like just anyone who's like, I'm sorry, I don't mean it like. We had things to talk about.
Go for it. No, this is important.
I mean, I had experienced like I didn't get laid off, but like that's gonna happen pretty soon. That's gonna probably happen within me like in this week, and I'm gonna have to file for unemployment. And like I had like done this calculator of like what it would look like if I did file, like what I might be getting. Nowhere close to like. To what I was like receiving before, and like for them to like give like an extra bump, like I think it like what it was like a $400 or like $600 like bonus. Like that's I would like to receive that, and like why wouldn't you want to give other people like that extra boost of money? And like we're gonna see a lot of like these COVID-19 cases are gonna like the working families and like all of those like just like poor people, like anyone poor, it's gonna really really hurt them. And like it really sucks how like they're being treated as like such like secondary citizens.
Right. And I mean, this whole thing is just proving who is essential to society, and it's not the billionaires.
Yeah.
Like, it's the people who go to work every day in hourly jobs. Like, one of my
Shout out to all the grocery store workers.
Right, I was just
still pulling through.
Oh my God.
Like, one of my best friends works in a grocery store. She works at Sprouts. And then she was saying that last week there was like this sign in her break room that was like from the government of California, talking about like recognizing basically them as essential and like calling them essential workers and things like that. And she was talking about how much, like, how that like made her feel like very, like, it was like a very unexpected feeling for her to be like called like in an actual document by the government an essential worker.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. And like, yeah, like, it's just, this is just really showing us who is essential in society.
Exactly. And you have not only do they have to go to work because people still need groceries and people still need to buy food, but, they also have to make some sort of income, and when in the climate that we're in, where everyone is like slowly losing their jobs or having their hours cut, like I had my hours cut to 1 4-hour shift a week. And I was like, oh, and I've applied for unemployment and, all of that. But, the people that are still able to work, they're still at risk. You're still coming into contact with people, and you don't know if those people are practicing the social distancing or keeping themselves isolated in their homes, or, you don't know what they've been doing. You don't know who they've been around. You don't know these people. So you are putting yourselves at risk. And then meanwhile you have, and I'm not trying to talk badly about celebrities or any of this because, I can't do anything about it. But you have people that, hoard millions and billions of dollars held up in their homes, getting these tests with no symptoms faster than anyone else. And, trying to find things to do in their multi-million and their golf clubs and all of this kind, all of these things that regular underprivileged people don't have. So, if you're looking at who really is essential to society, I'm sorry, but, celebrities and people that are actors, like, you're not the one that's on like the front line putting yourself in risk for what's going on right now. And like, sitting on your balcony and clapping your hands in solidarity and singing, singing Imagine songs and all of this all together is not helping anyone.
Right.
It's not, you're not finding a cure. You're not, bringing food to people that need it. You're not doing anything. You're not like.
Right. And those are the people with so much money and I just keep thinking, like, amidst all this, like, somebody with a lot of money could just help out a lot of people right now. But like, where are those people doing that?
Did you guys hear about Jeff Bezos asking for donations to like help like supplement his employees? And I'm like, the richest guy on the planet.
Didn't he just buy like the most expensive house like in the world?
He's asking for donations?
Yeah, and I'm like, you gave your employees who are working throughout this pandemic a $2 bump. Like, you really can't give them anything more. That's so insulting.
I
know. And like, weren't you going to like donate money to like climate change or whatever? Like, why not just use that money for like what we need right now? Like, why aren't, like, I can't, how insulting of you.
Exactly.
So disgusting.
Eat the rich.
Yeah.
It's constant. I mean, and you have, it's Amazon asking for donations. It's Kim Kardashian saying she'll donate whatever $1 million in proceeds from her like under body, what do you lingerie line, saying that as soon as she hits 1 million in sales, like, she'll donate that. I'm like, why not just donate the $1 million you have?
Well, donate it now. Okay. Oh my gosh, I feel like she's using like her donation to profit off of this.
Buy your stuff so you can donate. Where's the logic? There is none.
And that's not even, is that really a donation at that point?
No, donating other people's money. Like, that's what it is. It's like, what it would have been is like her profit is other people's money that she's donating when other people don't have money to be donating right now. Unless it's her celebrity friends, which so far I haven't seen any of that happen either. So,
Kim, there's people that are dying.
Oh my God. Shout out to the epic crying over a diamond earring and people are literally starving, but whatever. Like,
I feel like we went like straight to the rage section at the end.
Yeah.
It's so hard to talk about this and not like kind of put some blame on like certain people who do deserve the blame and like aren't taking responsibility for this. Like that whole thing. I don't know who was talking about. Oh, Jade, you were talking about how like what it's going to look like in the next like few weeks and months.
Mm-hmm.
I keep hearing this whole like comparison how like we are like a week to like 10 days behind Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And like we know Italy of the coronavirus so far, and it's gonna suck once it comes to like, and like all those figures that I keep hearing about, like all the positive cases that we have in the US, like those figures are always going to be behind because we still don't have like an adequate amount of test kits to give to people. And that's like what's so scary about it. So if anyone isn't taking social distancing seriously, like the way that I know I am, and like you guys are, like that frustrates me so much.
Yeah, same here. Like, and we're now number one with the most cases in the world.
Mm-hmm. We've surpassed everyone else.
Yeah.
And it goes like, so in Philadelphia too, there's a man, his last name is Friedman, and I can't remember his first name, but he basically owns a hospital in he closed down. And it was a hospital that catered more towards minorities and people of lower income. Well, then he closed it. So not only did those people, and this was before this had happened, it's been closed, but not only did those people lose where they got care and, you know, people lost their jobs, but now he's trying to get Philly to pay him in order to use that hospital for coronavirus patients. He was basically saying, like, if they didn't give him $30 a month to use this hospital that he owns, then they weren't going to be able to use it. And Philly eventually was like, we can't afford that. And they stopped negotiating with him. So you have people that are dying because we don't, you know, like you said, we don't have enough beds, we don't have enough ventilators, we don't have enough masks, we just don't have enough. On the sidelines, you have people that own hospitals, closed hospitals that are not being used, saying, well, if you don't pay me, you can't use it. I mean, and that like, celebrities aside, that proves to you how much greed we have here.
I think also, like, isn't there some kind of like code of ethics for doctors that I feel like this is completely against? Like, isn't there something like that? I don't know that much about doctorhood.
Well, I don't think he's a doctor, right? He's not a doctor.
Oh, he just owns this hospital.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's the hypocritical doctors, and that's, I don't think that, yeah.
But you shouldn't be able, if you're going to be working in like public health, you shouldn't be able to like make a profit off of deaths.
Right.
Have you guys like heard too how being creative with their with like making like masks? Like I don't know what shoe company like they're starting to like make masks for hospitals and like other healthcare professionals who need to use them. So like, is that how we have to rely on like people like that and not our own like expedite this problem that we're in?
Right. There's a company that makes like athletic wear in San Diego, and they just started doing this where right now they're using their fabrics and stuff to make masks and give them to the health.
No, I said yeah.
Yeah, and they're like 3 layers. Like they haven't been approved by these like people who approve them, but like there's no time to approve them, and like hospital workers are already using them. So I think that's really great, and they're doing it in San Diego. But it is really interesting that like basically, you know, we don't have faith in the government anymore. I mean, for a very good reason. They're not handling this, and then we're just having to do it ourselves. And I think that's a better way of doing things now. We have to like work together and look out for each other rather than saying like the government needs to do this and the government needs to do that, which like we should still say, but I mean like we got to step up.
Yeah, social solidarity is like so much more now than ever.
Right. And they take so long to do everything. You know.
They do.
I want to bring it back to this drink that you were telling me about, though, Rosanne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Recipes, right? So, like, have you guys seen it? like telling Jade and like Renee about it a little bit. Reilly, have you seen this like viral thing that's been going around on like TikTok?
I want to try it. I love coffee. I was like, oh my God, I've never had whipped coffee. Did you make it?
I like was watching because I kept seeing it on like people's like stories and just like plop like peanut butter on top. So I'm like, what is this? And I finally asked, so if you want the recipe, it's 2 tablespoons of instant coffee and like 2 tablespoons of sugar and then 2 tablespoons of like hot or warm water a bit faster. So the instant coffee that I use like sucked because like it took a while. Like I heard people were doing it in like less than 10 minutes and I was like, what? So you like whisk it all together, right? Until it like whatever milk of choice you want, like ready in a cup. And it really is just like by your own taste. So like add however much milk you want. So when it gets to like a really thick substance, like a peanut butter like substance, I didn't wait for it to get to that thick because I was literally whipping for like 20 minutes. At 11:30 when we were supposed to meet up, I was at 8 and I was about to text you. I was about to text you guys and be like, hey, like give me like 5 minutes and I'll like be in the Zoom room because I was so busy. And then I saw your text right and I was like, oh, thank God. Like now I have like a lot of time to like try and perfect this. It's okay because I didn't wait for it to get to that part and I dumped it in my oat milk and I don't know. So maybe don't add as much sugar, but I just did the regular amount of sugar just to like try it out and like from then I added like a lot more oat milk than I needed. Wait, sorry, go.
So it tastes good with oat milk though, because I don't like regular milk. I don't drink that. So like I was wondering how different it would be with plant-based milk.
So is plant-based, is that going to be like almond milk?
I don't drink almond milk. I'll drink like oat milk.
Yeah, I tried oat milk and it was pretty good. I liked it. I would imagine though, like if you were to use like regular milk or like soy milk, it would be like sweet, like like a pretty sweet drink. But yeah, I did it. So I really liked it.
Okay, so look at that. So the first recipe, whipped coffee, brought to you by TikTok.
Right.
So, good recipe. I'm really excited. I want to try that now. It looked so good on there.
No, yeah, it is really good. Have you guys gotten a TikTok account after this whole quarantine thing? Be honest, guys. Who started
I have been resisting, but like, you know, these recipes, it's making me change my mind a little bit.
I've had a TikTok account for like over a year. I'm a Gen Zer, so I have to. I don't make TikToks. I would never.
I wouldn't judge you for making TikToks. It's okay.
Everyone would judge me. Have we really been talking for 30 minutes?
I know, it just flies by.
Well, we started with our rage portion, so I think that was
like most of it's going to be rage portion.
Right. Bringing this back to like how school was going, you know? So
it's a train wreck. I mean, the transition has not been smooth at all. I mean, I'm taking a bunch of speech classes. They're all journalism majors. I feel a little left out, but I'm taking a bunch of speech classes and none of them have been going well because like we have to give speeches, but like it's not the same giving it, and because also like everyone keeps like cutting out and then like stuff keeps happening and like it's just all falls apart. It's hard, the transition, like classes like that, and then classes like I can't imagine are like the physical science, like physical education.
Yeah, like how those are going, like how they
or like the music department, like
oh my God, yeah,
physically need to be there for it to. I mean, even our class, we can't produce a physical paper now, and it's while I enjoyed still being able to meet on Zoom. I mean, I liked being able to go into class. Like I enjoyed going to school for this class.
Yeah.
So,
and then like at the end, for example, last week, like
it's okay.
Okay, but yeah, this was our first week of remote classes, just to let all the viewers know, or the listeners know. And then I noticed like things were more quiet in our online classes. And then at the point where she was like, okay, like you guys can go ahead and go work on your stuff, it was kind of like, what do we do now? Because usually in the classroom, we would just be like, okay, we're just going to work on our stuff. And then now
it's also, like, it's also just like like I'm personally paying out of stuff, which means like I'm like, it's kind of expensive, right, to go to school, but like I'm not going to school anymore. Like it's a different experience. So that brings up the question, like, like I know that they are classes and I think still get refunds for their classes, even though it's past the drop date.
Yeah, you can get refunds now.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. But like,
I mean, you still
people that decide not to, well, you get like an excused withdrawal.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that looks on transcripts. Probably better than a withdrawal, but
I was reading the email and it said that the excused withdrawal, like the EW, will be on there. Or we're not going to hold that against you, which I think is helpful.
Okay, so school, how's it going for you guys? How are you liking the remote school situation? Any other thoughts?
I mean, it's going as smoothly as you would expect, like for giving all of our instructors like a week to transition their whole like semester plan onto like online learning. I mean, definitely has been like a lot of like bumps with just like, I mean, like just like little things with like people not like turning their mics off and like having the instructors like have to like keep repeating themselves and like, but I mean, it's been bumpy, but at the same time, like I've seen a lot of like patience with my instructors too, which I'm like super thankful for. And like a lot of like flexibility, a lot of extended deadlines have been like given out to us, at least in my experience. And like I have one sociology professor who's like trying to like put out different work on like different platforms as much as she can, just to like, in case like you miss something on Canvas, like, and like you follow her on Twitter, like you can like do an assignment through there. So I mean, that's kind of nice from them that they like understand how like it's not as easy as it would be if it were face to face.
Right. Yeah, teachers have been pretty lenient about that, which I think is really nice. Like one of my classes is Mandarin, and then that's been like more difficult for sure, because we have to like we read from the book together as a class, and then so we've been trying to do it like through Zoom, and it will be like somebody's going too fast, somebody's going too slow, like it's so difficult doing that, but like we're trying our best. And our teacher can like, I feel like I just feel bad for her, because I feel like she's trying hard to like make it more like how class was, just like clearly different. And yeah. Well,
I think that's going to be, I mean, that's probably the biggest, aside from technical issues and, the learning how to put all your stuff online and how to get everyone on Zoom and everyone, the glitching and how to deal with all of that. I think too, like what you just said, having to make class the way it was when you're not in class, like when you have switched medium, so you're no longer face-to-face, you're no longer sitting together, you're no longer being able to easily read through the book. Now it's everyone has to figure out how to make it work. And I think that the experience of having an actual class versus online, that itself is a whole other issue. You have people that, technically paid for, the in-class experience, and some people don't learn as well online. I mean, I've taken online classes before, and while I liked them, I had a hard time, focusing, because when I'm in my house, in my room, I have so many things that I'm like, oh my God, look at my plant. I need to water it.
Yeah.
Be pruned. Oh my gosh, I want to go make, my 6th cup of coffee for the day. Like, when I'm in class, I can't do those things, So I think that, that's definitely a whole other issue on its own.
Right. So how is like socializing going for you guys in quarantine? What's up with that? I also want to know, like,
socializing.
When was the last time you guys left the house? Like, let's go, like everybody said.
I've been going on walks, like,
okay,
with my dog and stuff.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Besides that.
But besides, and like for groceries, but like besides that, I haven't really left my house in like a week and a half. I don't have a yard to like walk, so.
Right. I've only been going to the backyard too, or like I haven't been going on walks, just hanging out in the backyard if I need to go under the sky. But the last place I went to was like groceries on Monday. I'm trying to like make it really long, like see how far I can go.
It's hard. I mean, there's nothing really to go out into anyway, like everything, but it's hard, like, especially, I mean, it's good that, like, if you have a yard or, like, Jade, like, you can go on walks, like, Rosanne, I don't know if you have a yard or if you're going on walks, but, like, it's like if you live in an apartment complex or you don't have, like, those things, it's like, what else can you do to, like, socialize to stay busy? Like, I have friends that are doing their Skyping, like, or their FaceTiming, like, wine nights or their, game nights or whatever. And, like, my cousin has a friend who they were playing beer pong through Facebook. Like, they set up, like, they set up an actual beer pong table at both places, right? And then they had referees for each side to make sure that, like, if, they made a ball, that the people were actually taking it off. So, like, it was a little bit more of, like, trying to figure out how to make it work, but, they were doing stuff like that. So I'm seeing a lot of that lately, which is kind of funny. And it's nice to see that people are actually taking it seriously enough to come up with stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but, like, before this quarantine too, like, me going out was already, like, at a minimum because I do like staying at home. But, like, now I do feel like just, like, the fact that, like, that option isn't anymore. Like, it's not, I can't go out if I do want to go out, like, sucks. It's not so much like, oh, I miss, like, socializing, because, like, I'm going to be honest, like, I didn't really socialize, like, even that much. But, like, just not having that option anymore is, like, the part that, like, bums me out.
Yeah. I think that's why there were so many people at the beach last weekend. So many people. Yeah. Have you guys been FaceTiming with other people? Like your friends? Just keep in touch, or, like, what have you been doing to keep in touch?
Well, like, I called, like, okay, so today, and I don't do this, like, every single day, but, like, today I called my grandma, I called my dad, I called my sister who lives in Belgium. She's actually very worried for us, by the way. She's, like, freaking out a little bit because she can see, like, she's looking at the news, like, her and her boyfriend are, like, looking at the news and, like, seeing everything, and she's like, please tell me you're staying inside, and, like, please tell dad to stop going to see grandma. Like, she's, like, she's very worried. But so, like, I called her, I called my little sister, I just have called a bunch of people just to check in and, like, that kind of stuff. I FaceTime my friends every once in a while, but, like, for the most part, it's just calling, like, once or twice a week just to, like, check up on everyone and make sure that everyone's, like, good.
Yeah. One of my friends, we've been long distance friends for a long time anyway, so we've just been, like, continuing what we've been doing. Like, we'll watch movies sometimes at the same time, and then we have to be like, okay, start it now. So we were already really used to it. So it's been, like, no difference for that, and she's one of my best friends. So yeah, that's been cool. Yeah.
What kind of movies have you been watching?
The last movie we watched was called The Wind That Shakes the Barley.
Ooh, I don't know. I've never heard of that one.
It's like, it was, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. It was about the IRA, like, in Northern Ireland.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it was, like, about that, and then I think it was kind of, like, historical fiction, like, about this guy that started the IRA, or what would end up becoming the IRA and stuff like that. It was, like, informative in that way, because I also looked up more stuff about the IRA, and I wanted to know more stuff anyway, but, like, it was pretty boring, like, as a movie. So I wouldn't recommend it. We thought it was really cool.
I've been wanting to, like, watch more movies. Like, yesterday or last night, I stayed up to watch Get Out, and it was, like, my second time watching it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
dude,
I recommend Parasite. Parasite was really good.
Talk to me. Oh, God, dang it! Like,
what?
Parasite is, like, seriously all-time favorite movie of, like, all time.
It's really good. Like, I the ending, it sent, like, shivers down my spine. I was like, dang.
Where do you watch it?
It's on, you can rent it on Amazon Prime.
Or even on YouTube. That's what I do.
Or, yeah, okay. YouTube.
Okay, I do really want to watch it. I heard a lot of good things about it. And it sounded like it had that whole like, eat the rich mentality. So I was
it goes in a direction that I did not expect.
Wait, did you rent it?
But at that, just leave it at that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. If you rent it, yeah. So if you rent it on like YouTube, it's like probably like less than $7, and you like rent it for 2 days. As soon as like so if you buy it and like if you like leave it alone, it'll still be there. But like as soon as you press play, you have 48 hours to like watch it if you're renting it.
Okay.
So you have 30 days to play it, and then once you start playing it, it's 48 hours.
Oh, I didn't know it was 30 days you can have it and like not touch it.
I don't know about YouTube. How it is for Amazon. At YouTube, it might be different. Like they might not give you like they probably do because it's YouTube, but I mean, like, it might not give you like that period.
I think most streaming services do that, including like iTunes. If you rent something on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, iTunes. I haven't thought that in a while.
Have you guys heard of how like the movies are like the released movies that were supposed to be released this month have like some of them are like coming to like streaming services?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, I wonder how that's gonna work though, because like, are they just gonna like lose out on that money of like releasing it to like the theaters?
The box office sales, yeah.
Yeah.
Weren't they being released on to like sites where you still had to pay for the movie?
I don't know about that. I thought it was
they are.
I know that one was released on like a few have been released onto Hulu, which means that you still have to like pay for Hulu, but you don't have to pay for the movie. But I'm sure there's some like royalties or something like that the movie like, yeah.
I heard this one, I don't know, like I think like Emma or something, like one of those like old English movies coming out was like you would have to pay like $18 to watch that one movie, kind of like a movie ticket.
That's
but you would watch it in your house.
Why?
Yeah. So that would make sense. I don't know. This was like for one of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really go to the movies before anyway. Like the only time if it was like a horror movie that was coming out, but like besides that, I don't really go to the movies.
Yeah, this is a good segue into our next topic. Because I work at an education center, like an after school program. I'm the English teacher there. And then so for Christmas, one of my students gave me like an AMC gift card. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go watch a movie. But then now like I can't if I wanted to. So I just have this like gift card waiting for me to go watch a movie once this whole pandemic is over. But yeah. But like how is oh, sorry, go ahead, Reilly.
I was going to ask, like, go into our next topic, like, how is your work, like, so are you not, so, like, I'm going to start there.
Yeah, this week it's been, like, it was our first week completely going online, so now I'm teaching students online, and then it gets hard when it's multiple, like, many students at once, but usually it's 2 at a time these days. But last week was just like, it was a lot harder because a lot of my hours were cut because, kids and parents didn't want to come in, because of what's going on. And like, I was feeling more afraid with all the germs and things like that because there's so many people who could come in and out. But like, so far I've been really enjoying online. And it is kind of like putting into perspective, like, does this need to be a job that I have to do in person? Stuff like that. Yeah. Like, how is it going for you?
Like transition into like this to be like maybe like a permanent situation as far as just for work for you? Like, is that what you would like for it to happen?
I think like I would probably like it to happen more often. Maybe not every single day. Yeah. I do kind of like having to go in, but like maybe sometimes I don't want to. Like or whatever. Yeah. How's work going?
I mean, we'd be saving gas.
Yeah, I'm saving a lot of gas, which is cool. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, but like, how is work going for you guys?
I mean, I'm a server, so like drastically, so it was such a weird I remember the weekend right before like the whole like shutdown. I think this was just like 2 weekends ago. I remember them just already saying like, okay, because we usually leave out utensils on the tables and like optional like sauces that you could add in like your soup if you want or in your ramen. And like I remember like getting like text messages from like my work group chat of like my manager saying like, hey, like we're not going to leave these out anymore. Like it's not like as sanitary. Like we should just like drop off like spoons as you're dropping off the ramen for them. And then like just like 2 days after that, something like that, like he modified like everyone's schedule, and we were quickly changing into just like a to-go service. I've already like lost like so many hours, and like this week I don't have any hours, and like I think I said earlier like how like I'm expecting to like be laid off, and like just so many other restaurants can't like really promise to rehire some of their people that they're laying off. So like it sucks, but at the same time, like when things start to like resume, I have like a lot of faith that like so many restaurants are going to need new employees. So like as far as like me like being out of a job completely, like I don't see it as like such like a long-term thing. At least that's how, like meet the hopeful in me.
I mean,
but yeah.
Wait, so are you guys doing takeout right now? Only takeout?
So just takeout or like delivery. I mean, when I say delivery, it's not us who are delivering. It's mostly just like Postmates and like all those delivery.
DoorDash.
Yeah, exactly. Like they'll just come and pick it up. We even started this whole thing of like, if you're gonna like wait to like make a to-go order, like only one person can be inside of our store at like one time. So it's just so weird, like our like restaurant just being like a ghost town. Like I remember like my one shift that I worked last week, I was just like, this is so weird. I'm so not used to like this type of like setup, and like it sucks to see such like a drop in like your staff. Like our staff like dropped like 90% pretty much on like how, yeah, so it really does suck. But I mean, like nothing is ever temporary, so this is like, I know like this is just like how it is going to be now, but it's not going to be forever type of thing. So
right.
I mean, how about you guys? Like how are you guys, Reilly, do you like work in retail?
No, so I work at Luna Grill. So I like cashier, expo, that kind of stuff. And it was weird because it was like when this first started, because we weren't that busy anyway. I work in a location where it's pretty secluded. Like it's mostly Navy personnel and like people that work in the offices around there. And then we have a high school across the street. So it was like that group of people. And I mean, it got busy sometimes, but it wasn't, it was whatever. And then like when this like started happening, it like got slower and slower and slower. And we were all like, we're like, it has to be because of the virus. Like it's crazy. Like, and it wasn't even at the stage that we were at. And, but we were still getting like a few people in. And then like one Tuesday, because on Tuesday nights, like our kids eat free with the purchase of an adult meal. And we would have regulars that had been coming to like Kids Eat Free for like 10 years. Like we had like, people that I saw every single Tuesday night, like, and that Tuesday night, and I believe this was probably like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, that Tuesday night, like no one. I mean, it was like 3 families. I only saw two families that I regularly see. Like the rest of our regulars weren't there. Like I was having people call in asking if they could do Kids Eat Free to go. And I was like, unfortunately, like it's only dine in. Like, I'm sorry. And they're like, oh no, it's okay. Like it was just empty. And then all of a sudden it got to be where I only had one day. And I was like, well, it cost me more to drive to my work than it does to go and work that 4-hour shift. Right. So I was like, give it to someone that really, really, really needs the hours, because like, while I need them, I also know my parents are willing to help me out this month, because I told them, I was like, I don't have extra money saved. I'm not in a position where I can save extra money like that. Right. And they were like, we'll help you out. It's okay. But I know I'm lucky that I have that. And I know a lot of people don't. And so I'm just like wondering at what point, we're going to get help for all that. So it's crazy. I mean, it went from like, at least 30, 40 hours a week to nothing. I mean, it's wild.
It's really nice that you gave the hours to somebody else though. Yeah. Who might not have like a safety net.
Yeah. I was like, my mom said it too. Like she was like, you don't she was, because I told her, I was like, there's no point. She's like, well, you don't need it. She's like, we'll help you this month. Like, it's fine. I was like, all right. So I gave it to someone. Like, I have a coworker who she just came back from Mexico. That's where her family lives. And so she and her like fiance have been trying to like save up money. And I was like, give them to her. I was like, give them to Christina. Like, my God, like, I know she really needs to be working right now. So I'm sure that she's being hit harder than any of us right now. So, you know, it's just like, it's the little things of like working together that we should be doing, like not to like make myself sound like some say I'm not, like that has nothing to do with that. But I just, you know, using the example where we should be helping each other. If you can, you should be helping.
Right. What about you, Jade?
I don't have, or like I was furloughed or whatever, however I work with kids. I teach kids how to swim, and they had to close down the pool. They did it like at the very end, like it was like after all the other pools had closed. They waited till the very last minute, but I think they were required by like San Diego to close down. But yeah, like we noticed like that people had stopped coming in as much. And I actually, I chose to leave my job. I'm still 17. I live with my parents. Like I don't currently like need the money that bad. But like I chose to stop going in because I thought it would be a risk to my health and my parents' health. Because, you know, my parents are not super young. So like, it was kind of like I had to weigh the risk, if it was worth it to go into work for the money that like, I mean, that I like would like to have, yes, but that I'm like, because I'm saving up for my future, but that I don't really need right now, or like risk getting sick and then not being able to work anyway. So it was like, I had to weigh out those options, and then my job closed anyway. So I'm supposed to, I don't know what's going to happen with that. They said they were going to reopen on April 1st, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Yeah, there's no way. So yeah.
I just have a quick question. Have you ever swam or swum in the Salt Lake? In the Great Salt?
I have, yes.
Oh, okay. Is that where you learned to swim?
No. It's really shallow.
Okay.
It's super shallow and it's super salty, which means that it's super itchy. And there's a lot of brine shrimp. And the sand, fun fact, is not actually sand. It's brine shrimp regurgitation. That like it's like.
And it like just like solidified and. Yeah,
it's like solidified brine shrimp regurgitation, and I found that out when I was in like 4th grade, and I was mortified. But
what's up with the brine shrimp? Have they taken over that lake?
Yeah, kind of.
They own that lake.
Do you want to evict them, Renee? Is that what you want?
And then when it rains in Salt Lake City, it smells like the Great Salt Lake. It's really not pleasant. Wow. It's called the lake effect.
I've never heard of this lake. I thought like Salt Lake City was just like a city.
Yeah, it's a big. I think the lowest it gets is 8 feet, maybe, like at the very center of the lake, but like you can stand through most of it, and I think you can actually float like pretty easily, like if you just like because it's
of the salt, right?
Yeah, because it's so salty.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me know.
Fun facts about Salt Lake.
Yeah. So like, let's go into entertainment. What we're doing to entertain ourselves. Like, we clearly have a lot more time than we were having before all of this happened. Like, what have
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I was waiting for Jade to say. I'm like, I know time.
Okay, we have a lot of Animal Crossing. I've been drinking a lot of tea lately.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really recommend like Egyptian licorice tea. It's so good.
Is it with licorice root?
I don't know, but it's really yummy. It's like kind of sweet in a way, but it's.
Are you a licorice root person, Jade?
I think so. I don't like black licorice or anything. But
okay. Then maybe I need to check it out.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like licorice root, and like all of the licorice teas have licorice root in them, and people either like hate licorice root or they like licorice root. It's very.
I don't like licorice. No.
I've been drinking my green tea like every single day to keep me awake. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to take that water bottle to class, and that was full of green tea every day. So I need to keep up with my tea regimen.
Green tea is good for you, right? I don't know. I don't drink a lot of tea. I drink a lot of coffee, which is probably not good for you. But
yeah, green tea does have caffeine. If that's what you asked, I couldn't hear.
I just wanted, like, is green tea is good for you, right? Like,
oh yeah, it boosts your metabolism, and it's like
antioxidants.
Yeah, antioxidants.
Antioxidants got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I really like hibiscus tea too.
Oh yeah, hibiscus.
Yeah,
I've been having a lot of that rooibos.
Oh yeah.
Rooibos. Yeah.
Other things I've done to keep entertained. I don't know. What about you guys?
I've had a lot of homework, honestly.
Yeah.
Me too.
This week felt like a month.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of music, like the guitar and the piano. Cool. Yeah.
Wait, Reilly, what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
Because Rosanne said this week has felt like a month, and I was like, this month has felt like a year. Like, I feel like...
I know.
I feel like I've aged 20 years throughout this whole process.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I'm like trying to remember what day it is, like looking at my assignments, and like, I was like, oh my God, when did all this happen? Oof.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago feels so, like, it feels like another world. It doesn't feel like it was just 2 weeks ago.
Well, because everything has changed so quickly in the span of 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been not really making jewelry, but that's my plan to make jewelry. So I have like both my nostrils pierced, right? And I really wanted a nose chain to go across my nose. But all of the gold ones, I don't wear silver jewelry because I don't think it looks good on me. And all of my gold jewelry is fake because I don't have money to buy real gold jewelry. But so all of the gold nose chains, like they had silver ones, right? But I wanted gold, and all of the gold ones were like made out of real gold, and so they were like $60 to $80. And I was like, I don't have $60 to $80 to spend on a nose chain. So I was like, I'm gonna make one myself. I have all the time to do it. So I spent like $9 on Amazon. I got like these little like this little kit with some pliers and like these fasteners. They have like lobster claw fasteners and like these little like rings and stuff, and they have like brass, silver, gold, like different ones. Oh, these ones, so like if you wanted to make like necklaces and stuff, you just like put them on there.
That was $9?
Yeah, it was really cheap on Amazon. Like I like, because I almost bought one that was $34, and I was like, there's gotta be a cheaper one, like there's no way. And so I kept looking, and I was like, all right, $9. Like, we'll just check it out. You know, if they're pink, they're cute. We'll see. And it actually works really good. And so I made my little nose chain.
Oh my God!
Nice,
awesome.
Are you gonna set up an Etsy page?
I will not use Etsy because they are not very good to their like the people that use them. They like
that sell. Yeah.
I used to sell things
what?
on Etsy.
What did you sell?
Wait, what?
I sold cell phone cases that I made with like erasers.
Wait, what?
I would make like these crazy cell phone cases. And I would sell them.
Oh my God, wait, you need to show us this like after this is done. I need to see this.
Okay, I'll show you some pics after this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cases out of erasers.
Yeah, like, well, I would have like, for example, there would be like a base, and then I would like glue a bunch of those, like, you know, those erasers that look like food, and they look
like
oh yeah, the Japanese erasers.
Yeah, the Iwako erasers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I would like glue them all over, and it would have like a theme.
I used to be obsessed with those, like when I was little.
Still obsessed with those.
That was one of those huge like fads when I was younger, like that, and like I don't know, silly bands, which were those like
silly bands. That was a thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remind me what that was?
Like they would there would be these rubber bands that were like animal shaped, and then people would wear like 20 of them.
And then it doesn't even look like an animal when it's on your arm anymore.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of bands, and they'd be like,
it's like the silhouette, right? Or
Yeah.
not, just like an outline of it.
Mm-hmm.
Silly bands. I like put that in a part of my brain that like just was never functioning until you guys said that. Whoa, that was like, what the heck? I forgot about that.
We have 10 minutes left.
I think we can actually wrap this up within 10 minutes. We're like, we're at the end.
We talked about, I mean, we're really getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like comprehensive. Yeah.
So the entertainment thing too, like for this week, I have planned to like go try and like buy something online. Like I was like, you know what? This is the time. I always say it. I'm going to crochet. I'm going to knit. I'm going to cross stitch. I'm so excited.
I love knitting.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never knitted before. I'm so ready to like get some arthritis early in my life and like just do this.
It's super fun.
I had 2 Etsy shops, and one of them was a crochet shop.
Oh my God, what is this?
You want a bunch of yarn? Because like I don't do it anymore. It's just like in the past, like, do you want this yarn? I have so much yarn.
Shut up.
Like I have everything. Actually, do you want like a kit to get started?
No, stop. No, just the yarn.
Okay. It's like I have like knitting needles I don't need anymore.
No, why don't you like knit me something and like I'll knit you something. I'll knit like Jade like.
Okay, I'll be done with that.
Yeah, okay, cool. We can do like quarantine scarves.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, don't get me on this because I will buy some. I will buy.
We're gonna, after this is done, we're gonna like go on Amazon or like maybe a different website because like F Amazon. But like let's find some fabric for each other. I'm like really down for this.
Okay, I'm gonna make something. It's happening.
I'm sorry to be grandmas, yay.
Oh, that's actually like a really good. I mean, like on all honesty, like if you, I mean, like. Yeah, I know we all don't really have like necessarily expendable income, but I have set aside a little bit of money for like crafts and things so I'm not completely bored.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's a good idea. Like if you have the stuff or if you can like afford to like, you know, buy a couple things for like hobbies that you've always wanted to do, but you like never made time for them. There you go. Like you'll learn how to build a birdhouse. Learn how to build a birdhouse. Like you want to learn a new painting technique, go on YouTube and learn a new painting technique.
Yeah, now's the time.
Oh my God, we said the exact same thing at the exact same time, Jade.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Our chakras were aligned.
Wow, you're right. There's like something happening right here through the interweb.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. Okay, I'm gonna like contribute what I can.
Oh my God.
Party.
Okay, this is gonna be like I just need like little goals like that to just kind of like keep my sanity in place.
Right.
That's at least for me.
I've been relearning. I kind of like repicked up how to roller skate over this quarantine as well, and that's been a good thing for me to like go outside in my backyard. That's what I've been doing, like trying to get back on my quads. The quads.
Like. Actual roller skates?
Yeah, like the one with like 4 wheels, you know, like a Moxie roller skate kind of thing.
It's like the 70s. Oh my God, that's so cool.
I'm not very good. Like I'm very elementary, but it's like been fun so far.
Would you ever want to like be able to join like a roller derby team?
I've thought about that, but like I don't really have it as like one of my goals. Like I just want to be able to like ride with my friends and like
and like do those stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, that's literally like I have a friend and like we don't like really hang out, but like I have her on like Instagram and stuff, and she's a part of like a little like her and her like 5 group of friends. Like they all have roller skates and they like go roller skating like through PB and stuff, and I'm like, that's so cool. I'm like,
that's what I want to be able to do. Exactly. Like at some point.
After quarantine.
Yeah,
after quarantine.
Support your local roller skate girl gang.
Right. Okay, well, I think we should... Oh, sorry, go ahead. Like, anybody? Does anybody have any last words? I think we should start wrapping this up.
Stay inside.
Wash your hands. 20
seconds. Don't skip it.
Yes. I'm other song that you like. Really, really don't forget your thumbs and your nails.
Right.
Gross. Clean out your nails.
Do the Turkish twist, right? Turkish twist.
There you go. Like, really get in there, you know? You got all the time in the world. I want no excuses.
All right, well, this has been episode 18 of Something Newsy. Bye, y'all.
Bye.